Hello and welcome back to the channel and to Montana on our way to NSXPO 2025. You can look for those event vlogs very soon, starting day after tomorrow. In the meantime though, let's catch you guys up because I think we have some explaining to do. Stick around. Alright, so let's get you guys caught up to where we are today and how we got from, I think when we last left you was in France on our way to, we were leaving France and on our way to Belgium, and that was the last place we left you. Now, we did do that, and we did do things in Belgium. It was fun, there was a little bit of drama, it all worked out, and we'll share that with you at some point soon. What I'm doing today is I'm ripping the band-aid off and ruining the continuity, so I apologize for that. Generally, when we're doing events or doing travel vlog type stuff, I prefer to upload and publish things in the order in which they happened. You know, so day 1 at Expo comes first, day 2, day 3, you know, publish those in order, chronological order, and that way people that are following from home, especially for events like this, can get a feel for what it was like in order and kind of follow along. Only several hours delayed. Unfortunately, that's not what happened at the as we continued our European adventures. Obviously, you saw the vlogs for the NSX Europe and NSX Club UK. That summer tour vlog was heavily delayed in its release, and that's because we ran into some challenges with production that I'll get into a little bit later. But let's give you the high level here as far as from then to now. So we did things in Belgium, then we did things in Germany, then we did some things in the Netherlands, and you'll see all or most of that on the channel eventually after we get through with our with NSXPO. So after the Netherlands, and we dropped the car off near Amsterdam to get put back on a boat and come back to the U.S. And that was about from drop off to pick up, I think that was about 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, give or take. So we dropped it off there in near Amsterdam. Then from Amsterdam, we flew back to the U.S. So Liz and I arrived back in the States towards the end of July, and then immediately got drowned in work, and while I was also then needing to take the time while I didn't have the black car to turn around, and I had a garage bay free, we pulled Liz's car in and took care of some of the extraneous things that her car needed before it was going to be ready to go on a long trip. We did some how-tos on that we did film, and you'll see those eventually, but not right now. Because at the same time I was too busy. I filmed it all, but I didn't have time to edit it because of the aforementioned drowning in work, and then actually doing the work on the car was taking enough time. So we were getting up in the morning, running some errands, clocking in, clocking out, in the evening, and then going immediately to the garage and working on her car. Because we had to divide and conquer some. Normally she does her own work, but I had to knock this out because otherwise we weren't going to make it. And then the reason we were in such a rush there is we only had we had we had a couple of weeks at home, and then we got pulled away on a work trip. Don't feel too bad for us about the work trip. It was in Barbados. It was a great time, but I didn't quite make it out to Bushy Park, which is the racetrack that's on Barbados. Maybe we'll be back. But what I did do was I brought the flu back with me, and so I don't know if it was the flu, but it was like flu-like stuff, and that put me down for the better part of 6 days, and that was the 6 days before I think I was starting to feel better. About a day and a half before we were scheduled to leave to get out here, and even then we were compressing the time schedule. Normally, we're no cannonballers. I'm sure Ed Bolian would call us amateurs or something for taking 5 or 6 days to cross the continent, but we try and schedule it to where we drive like a relatively easy 6 to 7 hours. Then we have time to stop early, stop late afternoon, which allows me time to like edit a vlog and us to get dinner and not hate ourselves. This time, the time schedule got compressed to where we only have 5 days to do the transit. And we realized at some point that, Liz had a ton of work that she was still drowning in, and it was going to be really, like, rough to try and, she'd be, like, in her inbox from the passenger seat on a phone hotspot or something on the way across the country, which we've done that before, but it's not really that fun. And at the same time, we realized that as I was, I finished getting her car physically ready, but it wasn't officially ready, because we realized as I was dying the week before we were supposed to leave, we realized that her registration was out of date, and we didn't have time to go and renew the registration. Something that hit the floor. That hit the floor when we were abroad in the summer, and it is what it is. So we just kind of made an executive decision. If you were wondering why Liz isn't present right now, it's because she's flying out to the event. Because I'm driving doing the solo cross country to allow her time to then catch up on all the work that she needs to catch up on, and then also because we weren't bringing her car anyway, there wasn't as much pressure for her to like tag along and again have to work to the passenger seat instead of kind of enjoying herself. So that's where we are. That's the struggles. That's how we got here. We are. So like I said, I'm in Montana. She's still in Knoxville for today, from when we're filming this. And tomorrow, she'll be on a plane, and we'll meet back up in Seattle in time to actually do NSXPO and do those vlogs, which we'll bring you along for. But yeah, so that's where we are. That's got you caught up to what we are doing today. So we are in Montana. We have so the route out this time that I decided to take. So we took a kind of more northerly route, mainly to avoid, roads that we've already traveled, and also, to be fair, it was the shortest route by mileage. Had us leaving Tennessee, going up through Kentucky, Illinois, Missouri, which is kind of standard operating procedure, but then across Missouri and at Kansas City, instead of continuing on, what would that be, on 70? Instead of continuing on 70, I hung a right, and then went north up to Sioux Falls and joined I-90. And then I-90 is going to take us across. We've been through, I can't remember where it all weaves around the border there, but maybe we might have dipped into Iowa at some point. I don't think we did. Yeah, we dipped into Iowa at some point. And then, so we did Iowa, South Dakota, or somewhere in Nebraska, Iowa, South Dakota, Wyoming, and then Montana, and then we'll go through the section, the top little section of Idaho, and then end up in Washington after that. So my goal today, coming from Billings, is just to get to Spokane, which is only 7.5 hours. That's been, yesterday was kind of the push day. Took me 9.5, 10 hours to get from Sioux Falls to Billings. Hit a little weather along the way, but today our only goal is to get to Spokane, which will give us a short drive in to, I guess where we're going, more like Tacoma, Washington, not Seattle really, but a little bit west of Tacoma, Washington, where our first stop will be at the Ridge Motorsports Park for NSXPO 2025. And that, I believe, is where we're going to pick you up next time. So, apologies for the broken continuity here. I've probably been too attached to that, and I should have just given it up a while ago and gone ahead and published some of the how-tos and taken the time skip, since I got so far behind on editing amid travel, work, and then trying to work while traveling, and also vlog things, and also enjoy what was also partially an anniversary trip for Liz and I, celebrating our 10 years legally together. because you call it. 10 years officially married. But anyway, so thanks for watching. For now, I will we'll pick you back up in probably 2 days for the beginning of NSXPO vlogs in earnest. But for now, thanks again for watching. I'm Richard. This is Lap of the World. We'll see you guys in the next video, if not out at the Ridge.